I always tell people that you need to know how to run your own business. Nobody's going to run it the way you're going to run it, and nobody's going to care for it the way you're going to care for it. I always tell people you need to only outsource what you know how to do, or at least what you envision that you know how to do. Like if you know what your website is supposed to look like, you could outsource that, right? But,
Mm.
and if you, once you know how to pick products and what to look for, sure, you can outsource all that stuff. But I wouldn't outsource anything that you don't know how to do yourself, because you need to know the ins and outs of your business. That's how you end up losing a lot of money. And that's actually how I ended up losing like $15,000 when I first started this journey.
Welcome to Super Entrepreneurs Podcast. Today we have with us Lara Rahib, the Ecom expert, CEO of the Ecom Wolfpack, is known as one of the most successful persons in e-commerce. Lara teaches entrepreneurs how to go from being a 9-to-5er to making millions in a year. Lara, welcome to our show.
How you doing, Shahid?
I'm doing amazing, my friend. Thank you so much for taking the time. You must be so busy,
Yeah, absolutely. But it's always fun coming
right?
on these podcasts.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I can imagine you probably do a lot of them.
Yeah, good amount in the last couple months.
Yeah. So tell me, what tips can you share for entrepreneurs that are looking to make their first million in e-commerce?
Yeah, a couple tips is trying not to reinvent the wheel. Basically, I use an important method called reverse engineering. And what that
Mm-hmm.
method does is it reverse engineers different, like either products or companies or ads, to see what's working out there and just make it better. So for example, if you're looking to advertise on Google Shopping ads using and having your own online store where you don't have to sell on Amazon and be stuck with a third party, because I actually started on Amazon in 2016 and I got screwed over. I went from $30,000 profit all the way down to $4,000 profit a month. And it was after buying my first house and retiring my parents.
Oh,
So I had to find another way out. And that's when I went to Shopify and having my own domain, my own online real estate. So what ended up happening is I started doing reverse engineering. And what that was is basically so if you want to sell on Google, you go on Amazon and you look for unique products, okay? You don't want to sell products like phone cases, headphones, something you could find anywhere that basically everybody's selling, right? You want to find products that are unique products that have a good profit margin and they solve a problem. That's the most important thing. They have to solve a problem. That way they have longevity and they're not just a trending product that you could sell for a short period of time. You could sell trending products, but and capitalize on that trend for a certain amount of time. But for me, it's better to build something long term and build a long term brand and be able to sell it for millions of dollars later down the line. Basically, you would go on Amazon, see what products are selling really well based on their bestseller rank. Now, the bestseller rank, you can find the bestseller rank when you click on a product and you scroll down. The lower the bestseller rank, the more units they sell. Usually I look at bestsellers, movers and shakers, most wished for, and new releases. And I scroll through and I look for unique products, like I said, solve a problem, and they have a good profit margin. And then what I do is I go on Google and I search for that product and look how much search volume it has per month. Anything above 30,000 searches per month, that tells me that this product is in high demand. So then after that, after I see, the search volume and I notice, okay, this product, people want this product, then I go to Google Trends and make sure that the product is consistent throughout the year. I don't want a product that's seasonal. I want something that's going to sell fairly throughout the year. So then I go to Google Trends, make sure that the trend is consistent, that it never hits the bottom line. If those two things check out, then that's a product that I would test on Google Shopping ads. Now, if you want to test on Facebook and Pinterest, which are my other areas of expertise, you would basically do the same thing, right? You can reverse engineer Facebook's ad library and see what products are selling there, how long that companies have been advertising for. If their ad's been running for longer than 10 days, then it's safe to say that the product is a product that's selling well. You could also scroll through and sponsored ads all the time for certain products. So you could reverse engineer that specific company's ad library. Once you see an ad that's enticing, that's potentially a good product, and see how long they've been running the ad. And it's the same method that you would use on Pinterest. So that's how you find 6, 7, 8-figure products.
That's amazing for you to share with us and the audience the step-by-step process. What if an entrepreneur just doesn't have the time? Do you recommend they go and just hire someone like an expert, do all this for them?
No, if you don't have time, I recommend not doing it, because I always tell people that you need to know how to run your own business. Nobody's going to run it the way you're going to run it, and nobody's going to care for it the way you're going to care for it. I always tell people you need to only outsource what you know how to do, or at least what you envision that you know how to do. Like if you know what your website is supposed to look like, you could outsource that, right? But
Mm.
and if you once you know how to pick products and what to look for, sure, you can outsource all that stuff. But I wouldn't outsource anything that you don't know how to do yourself, because you need to know the ins and outs of your business. That's how you end up losing a lot of money. And that's actually how I ended up losing like $15,000 when I first started this journey.
Yeah, Laura, that's such a good point, and you brought clarity to something, and I want to share because I'm a multiple sources income
Mhm.
enthusiast, and I wanted to launch a product on Amazon. So I went to one of the freelancing sites and I hired someone. He put it together a really amazing plan. He told me how is he going to find the right product. He showed me all the numbers about the right product. It was some floor cleaner, electric floor cleaner, so it spins around,
Yeah.
so you don't have to bend down. The numbers look really good. What Amazon, what the other 2, 3 competitors were doing, and I kept paying him, and I kept paying for step by step, and he disappeared.
Yeah.
So I went to I went to the platform and said, "I'm sorry, you have only 1 week after you pay someone to file a complaint." I go, "I was just waiting for him. He didn't show for a month or so." And I thought, what's going on? That's when I looked into it. I pretty
Yeah.
much got scammed.
Yeah. That's why I say it's best to outsource when you know. And
What you know.
yeah, for sure.
So what advice would you give for creating an effective sales funnel for
Yeah.
e-commerce business outside of Amazon?
Yeah. So it depends on which platform you're selling on.
Uh-huh.
But if we were to, like, for example, we use Shopify. We don't use any fancy like ClickFunnels or anything like
Okay.
that. We use Shopify.com, just a simple website. When we're advertising on
Mhm.
Facebook, we usually use Gem Pages or like Pagefly or Layout Hub. Those are basically apps that you integrate on your Shopify store. Excuse me, that basically you can make your website look more, I don't know, I guess salesy, you could say, or like more, like you'll have more features. It's basically your product page on steroids kind of thing. So for Facebook, and that's great, but for Google and Pinterest, I like to keep as simple as possible usually, especially Google. I just use simple themes, make it super simple, because you got to understand that Google, when people go to search on Google, it's intent-based buying. They know already what they're looking
Mhm.
for.
High
Yeah,
intent.
they already know, like they
Yes.
want,
Mhm.
I don't know, they want a plant grower, right? They search plant grower.
Yeah, or roofer or something
Some
like that.
whatever they want, whatever product, right? And they know what
Mhm.
they're looking
Mhm.
for. So it's an easier sell. And basically, when you're looking at the shopping ads on Google, you could have a bunch of reviews. So there's things you could do. Whereas Facebook, it's impulse buying, right? You're scrolling through, and same with
Mm.
Pinterest, you're scrolling through and you see an ad.
Want creator, right?
Yeah, and you see an
Mhm.
ad, but you never intended to buy the product, right? It just, the ad was so enticing, you click and the product looks like it solves your problem. You click on it and it's becomes an impulse buy. You want to buy that product. You got to sell them a little bit more maybe on Facebook just because it's impulse buy, not intent buy. But that's what I would recommend in terms of like
Cool.
websites.
Cool. So what have been some of your biggest lessons you have learned working in e-commerce other than the one that we
Yeah.
talked about?
So again, one of the biggest ones, don't outsource anything that you don't know how to do yourself.
Perfect.
And it's important to understand that e-commerce is 4 puzzle pieces, right? And they have to come together in order for your business to flourish. If one puzzle piece is off, then it can damage your business. It won't be successful, right? So it's like product selection, website optimization, multi-channel advertising, and sourcing and branding. So sourcing and branding are together. Those are the 4 puzzle pieces, and it's super important to understand that those have to come together in order for your business to flourish. If one of them is off, your business can crumble, basically. Another lesson is for in terms of, you said in terms of e-commerce or just yeah, so those are the two main lessons. And then also keep learning, keep adapting, get a good mentor. It's always good to have accountability, a network of people to work with, because the entrepreneur world is pretty lonely. So it's always good to have like-minded individuals in your circle, network, be in a mentorship program, be in a community where you can get feedback and you can also have step-by-step guidance. So those are the main 3 lessons that I would give people when it comes to e-commerce.
Excellent, Laura. So the wolf pack now, would you be able to share? Obviously, there's variables. Some people just don't do the work. What would you consider your percentage to be for success rate working with your wolf
Yeah,
pack?
we have a pretty high success rate. Again, it depends on the client.
Yeah,
There's people that we screen everybody, make sure everybody is aligned with what we do, and they 100% agree like this is going to get them to where they want to be, and that they're a good fit for the program. We're actually working on getting accredited, so we'd be the first accredited e-commerce school or university.
Wow.
Yeah. In terms of, what was the question? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Sorry,
It's okay. What?
lost my train of thought here, man.
No worries. No worries at all. We're very comfortable
It's
and
early in the
casual
morning,
show
man.
here. No worries. So I was asking, like, what's the success rate for your students?
Yeah, so it depends. We have a pretty high success rate for people that follow everything we tell them to do and they actually put in the work. But there are going to be people that are lazy, they don't put in the work, or they don't listen. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I completely get it.
There's always going to be those people, and it's like we can only control what we can control.
Of course.
I can give you all the tools.
If they follow everything.
I can give
If they follow
I can give you all the tools, everything, what to implement, all that. But if you don't do it, then it's really useless.
But if they do it, the success rate is quite high.
But they have to put in the work. It's not like a get rich quick scheme.
Of course, yeah. And finding the right product, there's a lot of opportunity for as many students to find the right products.
There's millions of products. I always get that question, like, aren't you creating competition for yourself, or aren't you
for each other,
or it's saturated, but people have that block there, the way they're thinking about it, like they're thinking about it in one view instead of the big picture. There's so many products out there, and nobody competes with me because I've had my brand since 2016. So I have a warehouse. I'm not worried about all that. And like, people are worried about competition. Like, we make sure our students all have different products, and there's so many products out there. It's like, you know what I'm saying? There's ample opportunity. People think, oh, like, I'm going to be selling the same product. Do you know how many products are out there? Like, just go on Alibaba.com or AliExpress.com or Amazon.com or eBay.com or Walmart.com and take a look at how many products there are out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So can you share what it would look for someone that would want to work with you? in terms of the range? You don't have to share a number,
Yeah.
just a range of investment it will take to get started, launch, and then what's the time frame? Like basically kind of I'll put it out there, the steps and
yeah, right now the investment, the way we have our mentorship program priced, it probably will go up in price once we get accredited. But right now, students need $7,000 to $9,000 in a 3-month span. Okay. The program is
okay, and that includes
that's a 3-month program, and that includes 10 coaching calls a week. Okay. Each with different subject. No,
one-on-one
this is group coaching. Right.
group.
So they
Okay.
get group coaching. So there's different topics for the calls, right? Like product research, website optimization, Google ads, Google website optimization, Facebook ads, Pinterest ads, branding, all that stuff, right? And then they also get a hype call with me every Monday, 1 hour, just everybody on the call, motivating, answering questions, hyping them up. And then they also get a client success manager or accountability partner. Now, these are previous students that were successful in the program that we have recruited to come work for the Ecom.
Oh, great.
That come work for the Ecom Wolf Pack. So they get one-on-one with these students for the first 3 weeks. They do one-on-one calls, make sure they're accountable and they're following. And then after the 3 weeks, they get one-on-one with them via Voxer. And then they get 1 call a month with them one-on-one just to make sure they're on track. So that's the client success manager. And then they also get access to a Discord channel. That Discord channel is basically if they have questions outside of the coaching calls, all the students are in the Discord channel. We have different topics in the Discord channel where they ask questions pertaining to that specific topic. And then they also get access to modules. So the modules are basically pre-recorded videos that me and my team have recorded, lessons like how to follow everything step by step from A to Z. That way they have that and start implementing before they come on the coaching calls. So that's what's included in the mentorship program.
You know, when a student finds a product or has an idea of a winning product, during those calls, they can bring it up, and then the team, Wolfpack team, will look at it, analyze, and double check.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Correct. Yes, 100%.
Yeah. And how long, I'm sorry, I don't know if you said this, but how long before like starting until launching a product?
So when you start, usually you should launch your product in like the 2nd month max. We've had people launch in the 1st month. Those are just like sharks. They just get the shit done. But 2nd month, you should launch your first product.
And the 7,000 to 9,000 doesn't include the sourcing of the product.
It includes everything because we start people with drop shipping. Like we don't have them buy inventory first. They start with drop shipping to mitigate risk and mitigate money loss. So they'll start with drop shipping when they test the product. Once they see that the product is a winning product, they're selling 15 to 20 units per day. Then we move them into brand building if that's what they want to do. They don't have to. But if they want to do that, there's benefits obviously for that. If they want to do it, they can do it. So they don't need any money upfront for inventory or anything like that. What that covers is the mentorship cost and their business, like advertising and all that.
Know-how. So it includes the ad spend as well on Amazon.
Not on Amazon, on Shopify, on Google, Facebook, Pinterest.
Shopify, sorry. Yes. And the suppliers are based from China, like you have relationship with different suppliers, or you actually teach how to get in touch with them?
We both. So we teach them how to get in touch with them. And then once they start hitting 15 to 20 orders a day, we move them to a specialized supplier that we have connection with that we know ships fast. They get the product from China in 5 to 12 days max. So that's what we do in terms of suppliers. But if they're selling on Google, then we actually have them drop ship through eBay or Walmart because Google doesn't like Chinese drop shipping. So once they find a winning product on Google, then they buy inventory.
So that's good information. So the 7 to 9 covers basically everything to start monetizing and becoming that expert, like taking the knowledge from you guys. That's what mentorship is, right? You're just basically transferring of knowledge to the other person.
Right, exactly.
And then
training, mentorship.
Have you seen any?
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. No problem. Have you seen any of your students start an academy like yourself, helping other people start e-com
I
businesses?
haven't, to be honest with you, not that there isn't any out there, but I haven't seen, you know what I'm saying?
Is that something that you promote, or is that
No,
if
it's
someone does
everybody
that?
has a choice. If that's something that they want to do, they could do it. Where it's not everybody, whatever they
Got
want to
it.
do. The
Got it.
skills that you learn in the
Good.
mentorship program isn't only for ecom. You could build an agency. You could do so many different things with what we teach.
Amazing. That's awesome. That's awesome, Laura. You know what? It's been a pleasure talking to
Absolutely.
you. I've learned so much. That's why I love this stuff, because I get to pick brains and learn stuff. But then you consume so many, like the amount of interviews I do in a day is like you try to retain as sometimes
Yeah,
you
for
forget.
sure.
But it was great. Yeah, it was great information. I know it's going to serve people. I know the audience is going to find this valuable, because you weren't holding back on anything. You're just being real. You're being genuine, and that means a
Yeah,
lot.
absolutely.
And I respect you for that. And I'm wishing you all the success and growth. And audience, thank you so much once again for joining us. Laura's information will be in the show notes. Get in touch with her. Check this out. If this is something that you want to look into as a career change or whatever, or for a business change, and you want to try something on a different lines, you could learn this from Laura. She will transfer what she knows to you in a matter of weeks, which is very valuable. And to get monetized that quick, not sure if there's that many opportunities out there so far that I came across that says you can monetize in 2 months, not from what I can remember. So this is great. Thanks again, audience. Love you guys. Amazing that you're part of this show and helping us grow. And Laura,
Thank you
thank you
so
so
much,
much.
Shahid. It was a pleasure.